Welcome back to the Gray Space. I'm Zeke. That is Dre.
Yepers.
And we got another fire interview for you guys this week.
Yes, we do. But before we get into all of that, and before I hit you with one of them iconic intros, y'all know what to do. Make sure you subscribe, comment, share. Let the people know, man, that you are rocking with the Gray Space. All the audio listeners out there, we love y'all. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at. Make sure you hit them with that 5-star, that fizzle, that 5-star review. Now, we got a special guest in the building.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
And you know how I do, man. Our guest today is a person of many feats. She can only be compared to a sweet onion because the layers are deep, but digestible and damn near compatible with damn near everything. A talented recording artist, entrepreneur, and AFAB drag queen, her passion for life, dance, and music is unmatched. She is a singer-songwriter and beauty queen that has used her charisma and love for dance, pageantry, music, and performance to affect the BPMs of many hearts. Her accolades include, I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to mess this one word up. Miss Hula Pie Pride. I hope I said that right. Miss Gay United States Femme Fatale. Miss Arizona EOY, Miss Arizona US of A Diva, and Miss Renaissance Newcomer Femme, to name a few. Pageantry has opened many doors for Taylor and has also allowed her to have a voice to speak up against bullying and domestic violence. Today, she is making waves with her music. Her approach to being an entertainer and enjoying the performance aspect has made her voice very relatable in today's landscape. She's here to tell her story on the only place stories originate. Please welcome Miss Taylor René to the Gray Space.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing intro. Sweet onion, huh?
Yeah, sweet onion.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. You know
Hello,
what I mean?
everybody.
How you doing, Miss Taylor?
I'm doing great. Wonderful, wonderful.
So, about twice a year, Bryce hits me, and he's like, "Yo, we gotta start the rounds again." You know, I got my people. You know, and me and Bryce have a great relationship. And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it. Who you got?"
Right.
And then he sends me you, and I'm like, "I know Bryce worked with a lot of people, but this is a little different." You know what I mean? And that's dope. And then as I started to dig into it, it was a definite yes, because it's just something different, something that you don't see. Again, multifaceted, multi-talented.
Thank you.
As you go through and kind of look into some of the things that you're involved with, it's again, a wide range of things. Mm-hmm. But I want to kind of get into your origin story. We love the origin story here. Yeah. We're big comic book fans, Marvel fans, so we love the origin story. So talk to us kind of how you got into, I guess, broadly, entertainment, and kind of define how that has come about for you.
So when I was born with a lot of energy. Okay. So by the time I was 3, I was already in dance class. By the time I was 5, I was a dancer. Like, everyone just knew that I was going to be a dancer. And my family, my grandmother, my mom just kept pushing me in different dance arenas my whole life.
Okay.
So in middle school, I danced for the dance team in middle school. In high school, I danced for the dance team in high school.
Okay.
I went on to do different, big companies, and then I went to college, majored from Cornish College of the Arts and Performing Arts. So it was always dance. Then I went into the NBA NFL circuit, and I got to perform, or not to perform, but I made the teams for the Phoenix Suns, for the Seahawks, for the Cardinals.
Okay.
And so 7 years of pro dancing, now I'm in a different league, kind of. But I was like, I love dancing, but I have a voice too. Like, I want to do that. I want to keep going bigger and bigger. And so I was choreographing for a lot of drag queens at the time.
Okay.
And that just opened a whole new world for me that I'm super grateful for. And then it was like, okay, well, now we're not just going to be the choreographer. We're going to become a drag queen. But it's like, how does...
Okay. Thank you. So explain that, because, like, that's such a I get getting into the music part of it, right? Because it's entertainment as a whole, but and drag is entertainment as well. It's just something that's, you know, you really associate the broad grasp of people would say RuPaul, and that's it. Like, that's where it ends.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then maybe I think they got the RuPaul's drag show, right? You know about that, but we really don't know what that is. And to be a female in that space, like, what was that like? What was that transition like?
It has been a journey.
Okay.
Oh, a journey. You know, everybody likes what they like. And so there was a time when drag queens were men that impersonated women. And, you know, the Stonewall, the artistic creation of it started there.
Okay.
And then it became drag kings, which are women who impersonated men.
Right.
But there are the AFAB, you know, assigned female at birth community that says, we can do this too. We can elevate to the next level as well. So, you know, the 301 lashes, the big hair, the, you know, 6-inch heels. By the time I'm all dragged up, I'm 7 feet tall.
Okay, right.
And we all do the same thing. So the struggle was that it wasn't accepted.
Okay.
Because, you know, we are assigned female at birth or cisgendered. But we've paved a way for ourselves. And now the AFAB community is strong. It's here, and I'm a part of it.
That's awesome. So how have you been able to, going from the dance world, how have you been able to kind of use that to merge with the pageantry, with the drag? Like, how has that benefited you, helped you? Like, how much of the dance are you kind of really taking with you into this kind of new world?
I'm 10 years into this, at least, on the drag side. So the first 2 to 3 years, I was doing dance, lip sync based talents in pageantry. So in a pageant system, you'll do evening gown, interview, your talent section that's like 7 minutes long, and you want to jam pack it full of all the bells and whistles. And that was successful for me. I would get up on stage and win talent and win talent and win talent. Me and my dancers killing it. But that one thing to push even more was still in my head. It was still like, but you have a voice. Like, I sang in high school, and that was when I was like, you know what? I want to still keep the drag aesthetic, the elevated sparkle, glitz, and glam, but get to sing and use my actual voice. And so I crossed over into pop music. Okay.
Did you start, were you like writing at the time? Were you already writing? Okay.
Poetry.
Okay.
That's where
it seems like, it seems like that starts a lot, you know, with poetry, and then it makes its way into into the music. I kind of want to go back to the dancing part of it real quick. Did you study somewhere, or did you just pick it up on your own with the dancing part of it? You know what I mean? Like, was it something that obviously is naturally you loved it, right? But did you learn from like videos, or did you go to school for it? What was that about? Okay,
I'm like a sponge in so many ways, but I'm super well trained. I started at Art Linkletter Dance Studio when I was 3. I was there my whole elementary years, and then I've studied under Jan Justice, Cleo Parker Robinson, Alvin Ailey. I went to Cornish College of the Arts. That's a full schedule of a dance day where you're just like, oh my God, we're going to die.
That's a workout.
Yeah. 8 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m. to 3, 4 p.m. You're just dancing. So I have the technical ability, but I also have just the passion. Like, I hear music, body just starts moving.
It just starts going. Yeah, nice. Awesome.
So did the pageantry come with kind of getting into the drag world? Like, is that where it started, or were you already kind of, okay, so
absolutely.
So talk to us about that, because you're already a performer, right? Like, you're dancing in front of thousands and thousands of people, right? Phoenix Suns, Seattle, right? I mean, Seattle is the 12th man, the 11th man, right? I think it is, with their crowd. Cardinals, obviously. So you're used to performing in front of big stages, right? But now it's more intimate. It's now the light is literally on you and no one else, right?
Right.
And you have to not just dance, but like you said, it's showcasing your talents. Now starting to introduce your voice to other people. What was that transition like, and how hard was it? Or was it hard at all?
Yeah, I didn't really get to ever do the female beauty pageant type of pageants. You know, Miss USA, all the pageants that I've done have been with the drag aesthetic.
Okay.
And I think it's a testament because I'm totally not bragging, but I have competed 10 times and I've won 7 of those 10 times.
Dope.
But each time that they call my name, I'm still just like, what?
They say it right.
What happened?
Did they pull the Steve Harvey on?
Because I just come from, so much unacceptance, if you will, that it still just shocks me. But I love what I do. I love putting my best foot forward, and I love showing the world who I am. And no, it has not been easy.
Okay. Why do you say you come from the unacceptance? Is it just specifically in that world or just as a whole? If you want to elaborate.
I will. So, kind of touching on with the drag queens. Initially, we started as drag queens. I'm AFAB. I want to be a drag queen. I don't want to be called a diva. I don't want to be called a femme. I don't want to be called a bio queen or a baby queen or a faux queen. Faux means fake.
Right.
So, I'm the underdog in that realm. As a dancer, my whole life, as I crossed over into music, my biggest fear was, will people relate to my music as much as they relate to my dancing, or say, she's as good of a singer as she is a dancer.
Okay.
So there's some underdog energy there. Mm-hmm. And then being female in an industry that is dominated heavily.
Right.
So I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think it's just what I've just kept pushing to break through.
Okay. That makes sense.
Why pop music?
For the dance.
Is it strictly for the dance? Do you incorporate both then when you're singing? Is it like, instead of just being in the microphone and actually using your vocal cords, right? Is it more of like also a dance routine along with the music that you have created as well?
So, yes, I started and crossed over into pop music because it was so upbeat and dancey. That also was about 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And as I've gotten a little bit older, I have crossed over into R&B, and I'm doing more slow, passionate musical, just yummy music, as I call it. Love songs because I'm in love, all that stuff. But for me, when Taylor hits and it's my music with me and my dancers, it's pop.
Okay, nice.
What impact has crossing over into this new world, and then like you said, you've been in 10 competitions, you've won 7 of them. What impact has winning those 7 and competing made to your personal life? Like, has it done anything? Because I think, anytime you're in the entertainment realm, you're on YouTube, you're whatever you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. You're a podcaster, you're a rapper, whatever, right? You kind of put this shell on, and then at the end of the day, you still have to go home, right?
Right.
And so you were fortunate enough to go home with 7 trophies, right?
Accolades,
right? So, but what impact has that made to your personal life?
So I would like to actually say that my real name, my birth name, is Kiva.
Okay.
And so there's definitely 2 parts of me.
Okay.
Kiva, sweatpants, t-shirts. She's the one that's choreographing and, with family. Or I love Kiva cooks and, minimal, less is more. And then Taylor is the pageantry. So to get to go home and see, my little shelf of crowns and trophies and stuff, it really means a lot to me. And it's a reminder every day of where I started and where I am now. People come to the house and they're like, oh my gosh, we're at this famous drag queen's house.
That's dope.
I'm just like, what? The crown itself is a door opener for you. I would say 90% of the time, if I'm out and about in my crown and sash, it's just pictures, moments, autographs, memories, fun energy for people to connect with me. Sometimes if I'm out and about in crown and sash, they're like, "Oh, is it your birthday?" Mm-hmm. No.
You going to Vegas this weekend?
Right. Right. But it's definitely twofold. As my personal life, it's just a warm feeling of success. And as Taylor René, it's just the life that I've created.
That's dope. Mm-hmm. You're an advocate. We're going to get to the music, but I want to try to, for the people listening and watching, I think, we've done a lot of music on this show, and I love to showcase that there's so much of the other stuff that gets poured into that, right? And so we'll get to the music, but I want to break down these layers. You're an advocate for bullying and domestic violence, which I feel like hasn't really had, until recently, more of a light shined upon it, right? There's been moments when we've seen egregious things, i.e. the Ray Rice situation, stuff like that. But it seems to be a moment and it seems to pass, right?
Right.
Talk about your advocacy for both things that are very important, especially in today's world of social media where it's easier to access people that way.
We grow from things that we've experienced.
Okay.
I'm going to defend myself because this is a bit. So, I was cyberbullied for 12 years.
Wow.
And we don't need to get into the nitty gritty of how it started, but just a person that every little thing that I wanted to do, that they would hear about it, they would move it over to this really hurtful website that was at the top of the search engine.
Okay.
And so I was plagued by it. It would take opportunities away from me. It would cause me to have to explain and explain. It would cause judgment. It would cause the side eye. And I had to work through that to be like, I am not this person that is being projected online. And so I took what happened to me, plus being a dancer and working with kids, and a lot of, kids feel comfortable coming out to me that they were being bullied in school. And so I would start using my platform to go to their school, to be, a positive celebrity-esque reference for them. Oh my gosh, Taylor René came to my class. Talk to their class about bullying, about how bullying makes you feel, bringing statistics, posters, things that they can relate to. And then I wrote a song called Reach Out, and Reach Out was about bullying and how that affected me, how it affected others, so It just keeps going. And then I got to be a part of organization Stomp Out Bullying to perform the song. And now anytime there's anything bullying related, it's, Taylor, can you come do Reach Out for us? So it's something I'm really passionate about. If I find out that someone is being bullied, I speak up.
I appreciate you sharing that. I really do. On the lighter side, describe.
Woo.
Yeah. We'll cool it down. What are the key characteristics that you use as your approach as an entertainer all around, right? I mean, not just your singing, not just the drag, not just the pageantry, but what are some key characteristics that you can point to within yourself that it's like, I'm Taylor René, and every time I step out, this is what I'm bringing. What are some of those?
Glitz, glamour, beauty, ability, passion. I'll start dry, but I'm just in it because I end up drenched and soaking wet. But yeah, I'm serious about this.
Okay.
So we practice beforehand, before every show with my dancers. We step out. The look is there, the sound is there, the visuals are there, the production is there.
How long do you work on so for typical performance? How long are you working on that before you actually put that out to the world?
I'm pretty fortunate that my dancer team and I, we learn pretty fast.
Okay.
So, like, for example, we will be at Rainbow Fest this Sunday.
Right.
And it's a 40-minute set we've been working on for about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And it's dance heavy.
Really? Are you singing? Mm-hmm. Your original song? Okay. All right. Is it something that they've heard before, or is it going to be brand new?
It's both. I have 2 new songs that will be dropping on Sunday.
Okay.
Just in time for the Rainbow Fest, and then a lot of my original music that people like.
Oh.
Speaking of your music, what would you say your sound is like? Like, if you can, I kind of don't like this, but I kind of want people to kind of know, because I think everybody's kind of individual in their own right, you know. But would you say you sound like somebody or in the same vein as somebody?
I have the softer vibe with my music, or my tone. So I've been compared to Janet a lot.
Okay.
And I think that's amazing, but I'm just a raspy alto, like, singer pop rapper.
Okay.
I don't have, aggression in my natural tone. But it just comes out like buttery is what people have said as well.
Okay. Kind of like a Sade, maybe?
I've heard that. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to just put out what I'm feeling, and it could be high energy, or it could be like what people are dealing with and going through. Recently, I just started doing a couple of like motivational, like prayer-based type songs. Those are slower, not on the pop vibe, but still what my heart wanted me to do.
Right, for sure. You got to create music.
Yeah.
Wherever your heart leads, I think it's kind of important to create music that you love, because I think if you don't and you start creating it because it's quote unquote popular, I think it's just a wrong move, because you might gain some notoriety or whatever, but are you really being true to who you are?
Right.
So just from the conversations that we've had just sitting here now, I can tell, like, your music has got to be to you.
Yes.
And then people follow that. I think being genuine is, something that's lost a lot today. The just being genuine to yourself.
Right.
So can you speak upon how, like, how you are genuinely through your music?
I can. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that question. So I know what I'm not, right? And a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, I'm not a belter. I'm not a big voice." I know what I'm not, but I also know what I am,
Right?
And I know what I bring. And I love if people like my music, but I didn't write it for the masses. I wrote it for me. Or like, sometimes with mental health, you start feeling down and you start feeling like you just need to write. And whatever comes out, whether it gets released or put out or not, it healed some cracks within you in that moment. And that's what I do it for. I'm not oh my gosh, blah, 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 whatever hurts me gets out on Facebook or attacking people or whatever. I just go.
Right. Yeah.
And it always, you're right, it comes out through my music. It's everything that I do is a testament to who I am.
I will say too, I think music in general is a beautiful thing. I mean, I love music so much, and I love it all. Some stuff speaks to me, some stuff doesn't. It just doesn't. The genre doesn't really matter to me these days. Especially everything is just so blended. It's a beautiful thing.
Music is for everybody. That's why it's
it
universal.
is. And to kind of piggyback on that is, when music is made genuine, and you went through something, there are other people that are going through the same thing, just as you were talking about the bullying stuff, and you have a song that you made about that. That speaks to the heart, and it heals not only you, but it heals everybody else in the audience that has the open mind and is actually listening to the lyrics of the words, that are coming out. So I have to congratulate you on that because I don't find a lot of genuine artists out there anyways, like, because people are making music just to hip hop, just writing bars because they want to rhyme and look I don't necessarily have a problem with that necessarily, but it does fall flat, because there's no message behind it.
I'm still just as shocked when people say, "Oh my gosh, Taylor, your song got me through my divorce. Oh my gosh, your song, I get ready to your song before I go out to the club." I have 2 little girls getting ready to graduate that picked 2 of my songs that they want to do their senior graduation walk to, and I was
That's
just
awesome.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
But it's just it humbles me. I just love that so much. So.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I know you said you don't write it for the masses, and you kind of just started to allude to it, but how have you received the reception that your music has gotten? Like, how do you feel your music is being received thus far, and how does that kind of motivate you to keep going and keep writing and keep making great music?
I just feel like there's going to be that moment, right, where I'm going to know that everyone is like connecting to my music. I don't feel that yet.
Okay.
When I leave Arizona and I go to do different things that I do within the LGBTQ community, I've headlined prides, things like that. That's amazing. They know they're singing the words to my songs in the crowd, and I'm like, but I'm not getting that same love back here at home yet. And so I feel like there's a moment coming where it's going to be like, oh, Taylor's gone, And so I'm still waiting for that. I feel like the not having a big voice or not being a hardcore rapper hinders me a little bit. I'm not a big, cusser. Nothing wrong with it. I know I don't judge at all. But if I'm saying something like sexy, it's in a slower song or, but I don't have, like I said, the aggression with my rap. It's more like pop rap that I do, and then also the singing element.
And you think that's why it's been a little difficult for you in this space? Okay.
Although I will say this, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and we've talked to a lot of different artists. I will say, just keep going, but also Arizona's a tough nut to crack. This place is very interesting when it comes to music and entertainment in general. And I think, and maybe Drake can speak on it a little bit more too, I really think Arizona has identity crisis. Because I don't think we know what we want here in specifically Arizona. And I think that's why probably you are succeeding a little bit more elsewhere, like you feel a little bit, elsewhere. But I think it's kind of coming around.
Yeah.
I think it's slowly changing. And especially just a few years ago, man, it's really interesting. Artists are starting to work together here a little bit more, whereas, it was very pocketed and segmented and stuff like that. Now I feel like there's a little bit more crossover. Oh, you're cool. Let's work together. Oh, you're cool. Let's work together.
Right.
So I will say, just as words of encouragement, I say just keep going here because eventually it will, catch on, and people will find you and find your music,
Getting to do even this show with you guys, and shout out to Bryce for that, but getting to do this is like another element to my progress. I do perform in the hip hop community here and there, but that makes me so nervous because I'm like, here we go. Yeah. But then I perform in the LGBTQ community, and that's more like heart home for me. But I want to go anywhere. I want to be universal crossover wherever. So, seriously, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
For talking and having this with me.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think that music now, to Zeke's point, kind of about it kind of being a lot of it's blended, so there's no real genre anymore for it's all kind of pop. right? But I do think that does lend to differences being more accepted, right? I mean, even I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but there's a country artist out here who's going to perform at AZ Hip Hop Fest.
I love
and
that.
I think won an award at the last Hip Hop Fest or something like that. So, like, I just think that music is starting to become a lot. People, we're not a monolith, right? Like, we don't. I listen to hip hop, and that's going to be probably the majority of what I listen to. But damn, if it's a good ass country song on, I'm gonna bump me some country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's a R&B song that's gonna put me in my feels, I'm listening to that shit. You know what I mean? So I just think that as you keep going and kind of stepping out into things that are kind of uncomfortable, right? Which you're familiar with. You know what I mean? Like, you've already done it. I think you will start to see that, like, man, okay, yeah. Like, I do have a space here. It's just some of us are afraid to be like, yeah. You know what I mean? But we're in the back. We're in the back line.
You know, I've never been booed off the stage or anything.
Right.
I feel like I call it the crowd win over, winning over the crowd. Because you start and they're just staring at you. And then they're like, okay. Oh. And then everyone's pulling out the phones and the cameras and you're like, okay, all right, let's go. So that's just what I experienced.
Why do you think you've been more accepted in the LGBTQ plus community? If you have a reason for it. If not, I mean,
I feel like I really just put myself there more.
Okay.
Because of my own identity.
Right.
But I'm not afraid. I have to
Okay.
get in there.
Just gotta kick the door down. Okay.
And the LGBTQ community as well, and I just want to touch on it a little bit. When you perform, you're getting paid. And in this market, when you are crossing over into the hip hop markets, you have to pay. And it makes you feel different. Like, over here, I'm pocketing.
I'm wanted almost.
Yeah, I can feed my family. Over here, I gotta go broke.
So, talk to us kind of about what you're working on right now. What's recent? What's new? What's coming up for Taylor René? What are you? You said Kiva cooks, but Taylor René's cooking too. You know what I mean? What's Taylor René cooking right now?
Whew. So right now I am on the Arizona Pride Tour.
Okay.
And it concludes May 4th. That has been a blessing that I never expected. We get to go to different smaller, less cultured cities and bring the art of drag there. And I still sing live and do my music there, but like these communities, they think that it's still an abomination and, going against God, and we get to actually educate communities and go to the arenas where people do love drag and there is an LGBTQ community present, but they don't have any support. And so we're performing for these fabulous, amazing, sold out crowds that are just wild, but there's also protesters on the street. Right. So getting to do that, actually, our next location is Florence on March 30th, and I can't wait. I've loved every bit of it. We've been to Havasu, Yuma, Sholo, and Douglas.
You ain't joking. You pulling up. Cool as Florence.
Yeah. We've been to Ajo, or we're still going to Ajo.
Man.
Right. So one of the last cities, it was like taking precautions in our group chat, and police are on standby to make sure that everyone stays safe, using the buddy system, keeping your head down, doing, getting into face, as you will, in the venue instead of walking up in face. So yeah, we've had to really watch our backs a little bit, but that's been a beautiful thing. And then I also have my own show. It's called Fempowerment at the Clarendon. It's every second Sunday. I did that because I wanted to create an opportunity to fempower people. I'm a femme, but I get to like love on people and perform and bring my friends and they perform, and we're doing, it's like a regular show, but birthday celebrations and just the 2 hours of making people feel good. So putting that together was like 10 years in the works.
That's dope.
We get to do it every second Sunday. In the morning, it's a brunch, and in the evening time, it's a poolside show.
Okay.
So Fempowerment, if you are following me, get those tickets. And then this weekend is Rainbow Fest.
Okay. Awesome.
I've been to Rainbow Fest for the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
But I've never gotten to do my own set. And this is Taylor, René, and Friends. Not, Taylor René is a part of so-and-so set. So that's really special. We have Devil's Playground performing with me. Lovely Diana. Raylene. She's an R&B artist here in our community. I love her. And Xander Hayes. He's epic. And Xander and I have a song called Hard Times dropping also on Sunday at noon.
Okay.
So a lot of amazing things. And I'm getting married.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So I'm super excited about that.
When's that coming up? Pretty soon?
8/24/24. Yes. August
Nice.
24th in Vegas.
Okay.
Awesome.
No, it won't be my birthday.
Are you on, is your music on like Apple and Spotify and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff?
it's on all streaming.
It's all streaming platforms? Nice. Full-length projects, EPs, singles? What are we looking at
I have
on
a
here?
lot of singles out right now. I'm getting ready, or not getting ready. I'm in the process of putting together a collaboration of all my best songs onto one EP. So Show Me That Slay, Reach Out, mixed with Play, mixed with my newer stuff will all be together.
Any futures for a full-length project, an LP?
Yes. Bryce.
Shout out Bryce. Let's get it going.
he has really lit a fire under me. And I feel like before Bryce, I was doing stuff and I was successful, but it was kind of without foundation, without like solid strength. And now with Bryce, I'm like, things are happening and I feel connected and really ready to make moves.
How did that come about?
I had been asking just to work through management, but again, he was really focused in the hip hop community, and I just don't feel like it was my time. And then it was right before the new year. I was like, Bryce, try to get on your radar. He's like, let's do it. I said, oh,
awesome,
nice.
Yeah, Bryce is he's one of those dudes who. He definitely pours into the artists that he works with. You know what I mean? And obviously, Merkham's is the most visible,
right?
But we've had the pleasure of speaking to many people who work with Bryce, and all of which have been super dope. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, and he what I mean? He knows a couple people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he knows a couple
right.
people.
And
he got that New York thing too. So, he's a good. I don't know how he does it because I feel like every time I look up, Bryce got like 5 more people on the roster. But to each his own. So,
yes.
Okay. So, and good luck on that LP because well, I'm just saying Bryce is like. Singles and EPs, and that's what we do. But yeah, you'll get it out. What's besides kind of the shows and stuff, like what is next? What is your kind of goal for the rest of 2024 and kind of moving on?
We won't make Coachella this year, but we're going to start setting up for Coachella for 2025.
Okay.
And so I do have one pageant competition on my radar for 2024. It's December. It's called Queen.
Okay.
In New Orleans, and I'm going for it. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kennedy Davenport, but I just competed against her this last December.
Okay.
And I am her second alternate, which equals 3rd place. And I just getting so close to winning. I definitely am going back this year. to put my best foot forward there. But we are starting now with getting my production ready, getting our funds together. Because I plan to be at Coachella performing for 2025.
That'll be fun. That'll be really fun.
From there, getting the music more and more and more and more out, and then I ultimately want my own tour.
Okay.
Like the Todrick Hall, but in Taylor Renee's body.
That's fire. That's
awesome.
Fire. Do we miss anything? Is there anything that we need to cover? Do we?
I just want to really quick say thank you to you guys. Thank you to Bryce. Thank you to everyone who has supported me. It's something where I've been doing it for so long. Sometimes you wonder if people are like, ugh, still at it. Yes, I'm still at it. I'm going to be at it for a long time till that moment that I'm waiting for really, really happens. And I know that it's coming. With dance, I already know I'm going to be on the Dancing Grannies for the Sons and Mercury, they just hit the stage because that's where I want to be when I'm 85. My life is dedicated to this industry for sure, but I couldn't do it without my friends, without my family, without my son. Shout out to K9 and my amazing fiance. Shout out to Reggie. And I'm blessed to be in this community with an amazing mother as well. She supports me. She comes to my shows.
That's dope.
We have the LGBTQ community whose family kind of turns on them upon coming out. And here I am just blessed that my mom is like in the audience of my shows still from childhood to adulthood. So I'm pretty grounded and blessed for sure.
Dope. Where can they find you?
Everywhere, Taylor Slay René, Taylor Slay SLAYRENE.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ms. Taylor René, we thank you for coming through and telling your story. And the door is always open. So anytime you got something coming up, let us know. You can definitely come back through. And, appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you guys. This was amazing. If you have an opportunity to get to do Gray Space, definitely do it.
Thank you. Well, yeah, thank you for coming through. We really do appreciate it. And like you said, come back anytime. It's been awesome. We love this. It's amazing. So, make sure you go check her out, okay? You guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
And as always, this is the Gray Space. Peace.